AOC defended TikTok after it revealed that the Chinese-owned parent company ByteDance donated six-figure contribution to nonprofit aligned with Congressional Black and Hispanic caucuses, including the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation and Congressional Hispanic Caucus Foundation. In her defense of TikTok, AOC argued that Congress should focus on regulating social media companies' unchecked habit of collecting user data without their consent instead of banning an individual company. She also called for Congress to receive a classified briefing before proposing to ban and for the public to be informed about the justification for such a decision. Tom, what is going on here with TikTok and AOC?
TikTok is playing the game that Facebook and everybody else has played, and it's called make sure you make donations to the people that may need to help you if you get your butt hauled before Congress for a hearing. There's no difference in what TikTok is doing, what a lot of pharmaceutical companies and others do in the United States. And AOC, who's the anti-Viagra for half of America, she's out there touting that.
By the way, just so you know, a lot of people would disagree with you.
Oh yeah, what do you mean? Yeah,
a lot of people a lot of people for 2 minutes would be willing to set politics aside. But go ahead.
Yeah, 100%.
If it was me, I'd have to be. Please don't talk.
By the way, I understand that part.
Yeah,
I understand
don't
that
open
part.
your mouth, please. But okay, whatever. Let him go.
And can you hit the light?
Tom, your wife's watching. Let's have a little respect for the BizDoc babe.
No,
Tom's
about
really going off right now.
So we'll get back to it. So what AOC was doing, she was preaching to the donation. There's preaching to the choir, but there's also preaching to the donation. She was preaching to the donation. The other part of this was very interesting. It gets worse. That the cybersecurity lawyer for TikTok, who was scolding us about the hearings, was Don D. West, who formerly works for the Office of the Director of National Intelligence. So you had a former lawyer that worked for the United States, Director of National Intelligence, leaves government and does what a lot of people in government do. You go work for the private sector. We've talked about so many people in defense that go get on the boards of defense companies. Well, Don D. West, D-O-N-D-I West, formerly worked for the Office of Director of National Intelligence, and she's out there now as a cybersecurity lawyer for TikTok, blasting the United States and lecturing us where she got her education and worked in our government. So,
Adam, did you watch any of the hearings, the back and forth? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so, well, I think it's important to point out, I mean, the AOC story is just drop in the bucket of what's really happening right now. So last week, the CEO of TikTok, his name is Xu Zichu. He's a 40-year-old. He's actually born in Singapore. Went to school in London. Worked for Goldman Sachs. Actually went to Harvard to get his MBA. So he's sort of been all around the block. He came and sat down in front of Congress. If there's one thing that I can appreciate what's happening in Congress right now is the lack of bipartisanship when it comes to TikTok. Democrats and Republicans both scolded Mr. Chu about basically what's happening with TikTok indoctrinating our youth. We've talked about this before. If you look at TikTok in China, it's all things to educate the youth, math, science, humanities, whatever they're allowed to show in China. Whereas here, it's just nonsense, dances, Clorox bleach challenges on steroids. Yeah. And I think, TikTok has already been banned in what? India?
Couple countries.
Major countries.
Yeah.
A lot of countries in the EU have banned it from government. I think the United States has actually already banned it from government phones.
Government buildings, Wi-Fi.
Government buildings.
That's exactly right.
This essentially is a Trojan horse for China to indoctrinate American youth. And I think it should be a concern. Now, if you ask the average 16-year-old what they think about TikTok, they love TikTok. Yep. But fortunately, 16-year-olds aren't making the decisions in this country right now.
And you made a great. I'm sorry, Adam.
Yeah, go.
You made a great point about the Trojan horse we were talking about before we walked in here. First thing is, every week it seems like there's another story of China and how they're trying to screw us. Okay, if you go back think about it, COVID, pandemic, shut down the world. China, okay? They're flying spy balloons over America. Nobody gives a damn. It took all its photos. Oh, we shot it over the water. Like you said about TikTok, they're indoctrinating the children. They're finding out who are the smart ones, how coordinated they are, the dumb ones that are going to drink the bleach. And when are we going to say enough is enough? I know we owe them a shitload of money, but who's going to step up? The only person that did step up was Trump, and they crucified him because they called him racist for just saying, hold them accountable, make them pay their fucking fair share in trade, and then look what happens. A pandemic comes out from over there, and he's bye-bye.
Well, the hypocrisy here is amazing. So take a look at this. Not only, well, they're playing the political game well, and they're getting a lobbyist in there, and they're doing all that, and then AOC's out there saying, oh, it's a slippery slope if you ban an app. Really? You wanted to ban Trump Social. You wanted to ban Parler, so now it's okay to ban this one?
Yeah.
So that's a little hypocrisy, but the hypocrisy goes deeper. Let's look at China and the hypocrisy. This is a list of American technology companies that are banned from the citizenry of Central China. Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Google, YouTube, Bing, Twitter, Snapchat, Reddit, Tumblr, Pinterest, Slack, Twitch, Discord, Dropbox, Quora, Medium, Wikipedia, Vimeo, Flickr, SoundCloud, and DuckDuckGo.
I was going to say DuckDuckGo has to be on there. So that
amazingly enough, Pornhub is not mentioned. So it's like,
But by the way, what you just said is very powerful.
Yes.
Very
now,
powerful.
Now we're racists.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
exactly.
racist.
So
You're very
you, what is it with? So was that question even asked? See, that's the part that question wasn't asked though. So what makes you think you can ban those apps in China, but us choosing to ban you in the country is, bigotry, whatever you want to call this other stuff. By the way, phenomenal take there, Tom. Can you do me a favor? I got 3 clips I want to show you guys from this if you haven't seen it. One is from New York Times. One is from Kirk, which I think Kirk's going to be on the podcast in a week or two. And the other one is from Bloomberg. Can you get those 3 clips ready, Rob? Start off with the first one, New York Times. Let's go there first and see. This is a Democratic, I believe, Congresswoman questioning Kim. And look how this thing goes. It's 50 seconds.
You spoke in your opening statement about a firewall relative to
Can you raise the
data.
volume a little bit?
But the Chinese government
it's fine.
has that data.
issue. So that's
Well, how can you promise that that will move into the United States of America and be protected here?
Congresswoman, I have seen no evidence that the Chinese government has access to that data. They have never asked us. We have not provided.
Well, you know what?
I
I find that actually preposterous.
I have looked in. I have
Really
seen no evidence of this happening. And in order to assure everybody here and all our users, our commitment is to move the data into the United States to be stored on American soil by an American company, overseen by American personnel. So the risk will be similar to any government going to an American company asking for data.
So there you go. Wow. So by the way, that Congresswoman, Vinny just asked me.
Is she a Syrian?
She's a Syrian.
Wow,
She's from California.
Wow, shout out Assyrians.
Play the other one. Play the one with Charlie Kirk. Watch this one. This one's got 5 million views.
My colleague, Representative Latta, confirmed that your parent company, ByteDance, currently can access user data. Yes?
We have to be more
Yes.
specific.
Yes.
After
You
Project
say-
Texas, no.
I'm not asking after Project Texas. I'm asking now. Yes.
Some user data is public data, Congresswoman, which
So
means
you
everybody
confirm that.
can.
My colleague,
He didn't want
Representative
to answer that, right? Now go to the last one with Bloomberg. This next one is the Wi-Fi one, which is this is where remember how Tom asked the question. Adam said they can't use TikTok in the government buildings and government phones, and he said Wi-Fi. He says you can't use it. They have the ability apparently through your Wi-Fi to see all the other things you're doing on your phone. If TikTok play this clip.
Jesus Christ.
Mr. Chu, does TikTok access the home Wi-Fi network?
Only if the user turns on the Wi-Fi. I'm sorry, I may not understand the.
So if I have a TikTok app on my phone and my phone is on my home Wi-Fi network, does TikTok access that network?
It will have to access the network to get connections to the internet, if that's the question.
Is it possible then that it could access other devices on that home Wi-Fi network?
Congressman, we do not do anything that is beyond any industry norms. I believe the answer to your question is no. It could be technical. Let me get back to you.
Okay, I'd appreciate it if you can answer
Can you
that.
pause it? Can you pause
Mr.
it?
Chu, does TikTok
anything he's
That's
saying,
a professional bullshit.
Just keep playing it. Look at the guy sitting next to him, by the way. That's the guy I'm interested in. When pause it. Who's the guy sitting right next to him to his right?
Lawyers.
No,
Those
press
are-
play again for the eyes. You got to see the eyes. He's got the eye. Look at that.
Look at
That's a legit La Cosa Nostra.
Hey, don't say nothing. Tap him on the
Go ahead.
shoulder.
Who do you think he is right there? I mean, I just think it's important to point out that, we'll state the obvious here. ByteDance is the owner of TikTok. ByteDance, what percentage of the CCP owns ByteDance? A decent percentage of it, like meaning the CCP does have ownership in it. And I think we're talking about this question of data and privacy and spying. And, call me an old-fashioned red-blooded American.
Yeah.
But if any tech company is going to be spying on me, I want it to be an American
Damn
company.
right, Adam.
I want it to be
Tell 'em.
Meta. I want it to be Instagram. I want it to be Google.
Yeah.
I want it to be YouTube. I want American-owned companies
I agree.
to be looking at my data and spying
agree.
on me.
Oh.
Like a good old-fashioned red-blooded American, not no Chinese company
America.
spying on me, okay? America first.
Yeah, and
Exxon tried that. If it wasn't for the Valdez, those ducks could be covered with foreign oil.
That's right.
Yeah. But it's actually an interesting point, Adam, that you make, isn't it? Isn't it crazy how far we've gotten? Like, wasn't during all the surveillance during Obama, Americans were up in arms, right? People were like, I can't believe they're taking this.
Yeah.
And look at how amazing and brilliant, from Mark Zuckerberg to TikTok to all this social media. Now they made it cool for you. Back in the day, if somebody saw I was like, oh, I don't want people. Now it's like, for instance, my sister's huge. If you don't know nothing about my sister, you go on her Facebook, you know what she does, where she eats, what she's doing, what music she loves, who she hates, her political thing. Dude, you know everything. Like the CIA, I heard they have a name for Mark Zuckerberg. Like they love him because what surveil you for what? Go on 2 social media apps. I know everything about you. I know where you're going to go next. They have that type of technology where they're like, well, we've monitored you for the past 3 days. We know that because of your pattern, you're going to go to this restaurant on this day at this time.
Yeah.
That banana.
And think about it,
Now
just-
it's cool.
Chinese government has acquired a % stake in one of 3 sets of board of Beijing ByteDance Technology, the subsidiary that holds license that underpin the company's domestic video and information sharing platforms, according to a person familiar matter who spoke on them. Very interesting.
Yeah. And just think about it. When you go and you download any of these apps, right? I'm joking about red-blooded Americans. Like,
I'm
but
not,
they
brother.
Are
I'm not,
all,
brother.
Are,
I'm not, brother.
Data is money at this point.
Yeah.
Eyeballs are money. When you go and you download any of these apps, American-owned apps, they give you the whole 10-page long disclosure table of contents of what's going to happen. Yeah. All you do is scroll down to the bottom, accept,
100%.
keep it moving. Let me
Yeah.
just get the app.
Yeah.
So who knows
God knows.
what kind of shit is said there when you're basically downloading these apps?
Yeah.
So nobody's reading that kind of stuff like that.
We're going to take your firstborn child, your wife.
all that,
Okay,
yeah.
I want to get
We're
on
already
the app.
spying on you left and right. Do you agree? I agree.
Yeah.
I want to see those dances.
And now when you find out people don't have Instagram and Facebook, aren't you like, what the hell is wrong with you? You almost get mad at them because they're not giving out information the way that you do.
And so much of this has come full circle. Who did AOC defeat when she became House of Representatives?
Amazon?
Joe Crowley. Joe Crowley, for the last 2 years, being that he lost his old job because she beat him, is a paid lobbyist that works directly for TikTok. So isn't it interesting that suddenly the guy she defeated and her are finally on the same side of an issue? They're both trying to protect TikTok. But the circles that have come around on this are just so ironic.
Because you said it, Adam, you follow the money, and you think about it. The term selling your soul, but it's like, bro, if you pay me enough money, I questioned this weekend when I was out at lunch with friends. How much money would it take for somebody to give you, be like, listen, shut up. I know we're taking all the data from your own citizens and you're in Congress. Take this $1 million, cash, shut the hell up.
Pat, let me ask you, the whole example you did when you were posting on TikTok, you were getting like 4 views, and then you called China out or ByteDance out, and then you got 4 million views. Where do you stand now? Give us that rundown.
Oh, yeah. That's absolutely proven on what happens with that. We saw it. The videos are back to normal. But if you look at my Instagram, if you look at my TikTok profile today, I posted a video of Joe talking about our podcast and how we do interviews, and I posted that. That got flagged. They said that is a warning for the content, and then I got a warning sign on my TikTok account, and multiple whatever way. Now there's a new thing that they're talking about, strikes, and but it's back to normal what it was before. Again, but if you say anything about China on TikTok, you're gonna get flagged.
What if it's a bunch of pictures of Xi and you're like, I love him? Like, what if you're supporting him?
By the way, do you know what's the one video that went viral on TikTok yesterday? A girl talking about why politicians are afraid of TikTok and they want to ban it. She says, you want to ban TikTok because we're getting smarter, because we're getting stronger than you, because us young teenagers and we're getting this and we're getting that. That's why that
viral.
video went
Weird.
viral.
Dude.
Calling out, all this stuff, not knowing what's really going on.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.